Yes, we are going live. All right, so no Wi-Fi clearly. We're just going to use this data so we can have this live and go about our business. Hello, happy Friday. I am super excited. We are doing my campfire. Dogs. I see people just going for walks and jogs, and I'm just like, no, no, no. You won't catch me, Corona, up in here this Friday. We are going. I am super excited because I have another guest. Whew, yes, and it's the last day of us talking about stories. We have done the most. We're talking about master classes. We have done, let me go ahead and add her so while I talk, stuff could happen. We have done master classes. We have done lives galore. We have brought in different people across different guys. We've done it all. Tips on how to situate yourself properly with stories so that you are efficient. The whole shebang. So when I tell you we have conquered stories, I ain't joking. I ain't lying. So we're here in Chattanooga. This is my good friend. Hey, girl.
Hey, it's nice to see you, my friend. How are you?
I know. Even though I saw you less than 24 hours ago virtually.
We have been stuck inside for way too long, save for like going to the grocery store and stuff. But co-working with you yesterday was so helpful for my soul.
It was wonderful. It was fantastic. Okay. Let me go ahead and do the norm, guys. So posting the topic, and we're going to do introductions, and then we're going to get started. So as usual on Fridays, we have to give a recap of how this Corona life is going, right? So when you get in, drop a hello. I see the wave. What's up?
Hi,
how are
everybody.
You doing?
Oh my gosh, so many friends here.
Yes. So let me just post my topic real quick.
Can I play with filters while we do this?
You can do that, yes.
Oh my gosh. Never mind. I was looking for emojis.
Oh my gosh, emojis are the best. And
how professional is this? Can we talk about Instagram stories like this?
Oh, this is all the professional. I'm in my car. This is all the professional.
Of course.
This is the definition. This is how we do things in these Corona streets.
In this Corona street. Okay, these are getting weird. I'm going back. Well, that's actually a point that I'm going to make, not about filters, but something we're going to talk about regarding stories.
Perfect. So, what? No, that's the wrong button.
I see it.
What am I doing? Boom. All right, I had to make sure I pinned it. Okay, so we are doing this bad boy. Let's begin. My name is Shana. I am the founder and CEO of Magnolia Heart Creative. We are a digital marketing company here to serve you, small businesses, and nonprofits using social media, blogging, email marketing, and most recently, we've added the wonderful Magnolia Heart Pro, which is the done for you social media kit that you get every single month. Members are raving about it. They are thrilled to tell you more about it. This week I had Amanda Jelks of Jelks Law Firm here in Chattanooga is a member, and that is on IGTV. Check it out. An amazing interview. Yesterday I had Renita Warner from Nashville, also a member. Also another amazing interview. And if you have questions about whether or not you should continue your pursuit of purchasing a home during these Corona times, then definitely check it out. If it's not, no, it's been 24 hours. It is going to be on IGTV after we get off of here. So guys, let me go ahead and let her introduce herself because she is fantastic. Take it away, homegirl.
Oh my gosh, I love your energy. You just fuel me, and I'm like, let's just do this thing. So I am Tara Wilder, and I too live in Chattanooga, but the way that Shana and I met was on Instagram, and I don't actually even remember like how I found her, but somehow, do you remember how we met?
No.
Okay, good. I was like, am I misremembering? So I don't even remember how I started following you, but I was following you and you were posting really cool stuff. And then I noticed she's in Chattanooga. So then I just reached out and said, hey, let's get coffee. And you said yes. And then now here
Yes.
we are, like a year later. I don't know how much longer, but or how long ago, but
Yeah.
yeah, it has been so fun getting to know you. And that's what I really love about Instagram is like the ability to connect with so many different people and people that are here locally that you just haven't physically
Hmm.
crossed paths yet. Well, let me virtually cross. So I am also an online
Exactly.
marketing expert too. My agency is in Vivo, and we work with coaches and consultants primarily. And I'm also a host of the Unforgettable Online Marketing podcast. That's for solopreneurs who want to leave a mark online and create a powerful online presence that attracts their ideal client and nurtures them, engages them, and converts them into leads and paying clients. And it is so fun. I love teaching. We do done for you services, but I also love teaching and uplifting the entrepreneurs who can't or don't want to hire an agency for whatever reason. I just want to meet
Hmm.
everybody where they're at. So this is my solution.
Perfect. Yeah, she is bomb. And actually, go ahead. You can say where people can find you now. We're going to go through all this at the end anyway, but sure, go for it. How can people connect with you?
Yes, I love Instagram. I used to really not like it, but now I love it. I've swung completely in the opposite direction. Connect with me on Instagram. I am Tara Wilder, and that's also my Facebook username too. Connect with me there, and my website. You can go to tarawilder.com, and then that'll lead you to like my Facebook group, the podcast, and my agency as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the perfect
So thank you for
introductions.
giving
Guys,
me the
how is
opportunity to.
Friday? Girl, no problem. No problem. So, fam, recap of the week. So, this is the normal, usual spiel of Fridays. It'll be quick because there's two of us, right? But yesterday, Chattanooga, our mayor made it official. What is it? What is it called again? The
Isn't
stuck at
shelter in
home.
place?
Oh,
Is that what, I
shelter.
realize that's
I said
officially
stuck
what it
at home.
is, but it was his announcement officially that. Go ahead and tell them.
Yes.
Tell them what's
So
happening
he
here.
did decree, he did pass a policy, law, whatever it
Executive
is. I
order.
don't know
That's what it is.
specifically. Yes, executive order that we are to stay at home unless you are one, going to work, going to a grocery store, or some must have trip outside of your house. So it's definitely the next level. A lot of places have got there. A lot of states are officially there holistically, but that's where we are in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Chattanooga, we had 30-degree weather this week, and it is currently 71 degrees right now. I want the world to know I'm wearing a sweater for no reason, okay? I was so ready because I'm like, you're not catching me this time,
I
Chattanooga.
cannot
And
with
I'm sitting
you.
here like,
I can't handle you sometimes.
I'm over here dabbing my head, trying to put the AC on without it being too loud so it interrupt the
All right, then
conversation. That's
we'll make
okay,
sure it's
fam.
short and sweet. Stories are great, everybody. Bye. No. Oh my gosh. Sorry, girl.
Oh, Struggle City. So that's been my week. It's been really good. There were times where I was like, get me out of the house. I can't stand these four walls any longer. I enjoyed the cooler weather and the rain kind of took away some of the pollen. I don't have allergies, but if I inhale too much of the pollen, and for those of you who are not in Chattanooga is like a cesspool for pollen. You walk outside and your whole car is covered in yellow stuff. And imagine breathing all of that. You don't have to have allergy
I
choking
don't,
on
right.
pollen.
I actually experienced that last week. I don't have allergies, and
Mm-hmm.
it was messing with me. It was weird. And
Yep.
then if it rains, then it's sludgy. Yellow.
Ugh. Yes, did forget about that part. All the nasty. So I am really grateful to be able to walk outside, talk, and not feel like I'm hacking off yellow pollen. However, that's been my week. How about you, girl? What's a little recap on how your week was with all the corona foolishness?
Well, yesterday I noticed that I hadn't been out of the house, like literally outside the walls of my house. Well, I think I stepped onto the porch a couple times since Saturday. And then also yesterday, and it might be because I noticed it, was the first day that I actually started feeling a little antsy. And I was like, I need to see somebody
Mm-hmm.
other than my husband. Like, he's cute and I enjoy his company. And I enjoy, of course, co-working. I've been co-working with you and another friend of mine, and there's another one. Like I'm going to be working with somebody every day this week, or this weekend and next week. But yeah, I'm getting a little tiny bit cooped up. So today, yes, that executive order came through yesterday, and they're doing an excellent job of explaining it. I don't know if you read through it on the official website, but they're doing an.
I did.
It's a very very great FAQ. And today I went out to get something from Office Depot. I wanted to buy a new computer monitor, so I'm calling that essential, right? Because it's from a business. I mean,
Of
business would have
course.
gone on. But as soon as I got in the car, first of all, I was like, my car, I missed you. And secondly, when I drove out to the street, I felt like an outlaw. Like, ha ha ha, I'm not supposed to be out right now. Everybody was out anyway.
Rebel. Homegirls are rebel.
Yep. So
Yo,
other
that's
than that,
hilarious.
like it feels okay. It's so interesting though how coronavirus has gotten like so a part of my mental life in a way. Like if I watch a movie
Mhm.
or something and the characters are they hug or something, my first thought is coronavirus because like we've been told to stay far apart from each other, and it's like being drilled into us, I feel like, and not just
Mhm.
from like the governing agencies, but all of us are talking about it so much that even in like TV shows and movies now, every time something happens, I'm like, why did they do that? Oh, that's right. So it's pre-COVID-19.
Exactly.
This is weird.
This was filmed a while ago. I hear that. It's an adjustment for real. And I guess one of the things I'm really grateful for is the fact that we're able to collectively adjust for those who are taking advantage of the fact that we can collectively adjust. There's a lot of support going on. There is a lot of people sharing best practices, best tips for those. Because you and I, we've been working from home
Yeah.
since jump,
Yeah.
so this is not necessarily new, but
Mhm.
it is still imperative to have the right mindset to be able to navigate from day to day, even if you have been at home or you're transitioning to working home. Mindset is still key regardless.
It's so
So one
important.
of the things I have been really excited about is doing the classes and workshops because it's giving people something to mentally stimulate their brain outside of certain tasks. So the beauty of even this live exchange right now, right? So hello to all of you guys who are live. Hello to all of you who are watching the replay. It is exciting to be able to have an exchange of thoughts and of information and just kind of conversate digitally, right? So one of the powerful ways of being able to respond to have these conversations per se is via stories. So I'd love to hear from you. I already shared mine earlier this week about how I first responded to when stories popped up on the scene. I was just like, what? So how did you first respond when stories first popped up on the scene?
What an excellent question. How did I? And I remember, but I'm trying to like track it back because there are several details and they're overlapping. So it all started with Snapchat, right? Where like you could post like you send something to somebody and it's only available for like 15 seconds. Like the stories were like
Yeah.
15 seconds, right? And then I think you could things would disappear after 24 hours, or it was I think
Mm-hmm.
it started with Snapchat. And I say I think because I don't use it and my clients and their audience don't use it mostly. So like I just haven't dove deep, dived into it. I haven't dived into it yet.
Whatever.
So when it came to Instagram, I was like, okay, okay. So why would we do this? Except besides our feed, like why don't we do that? And I mean, you literally could post what you're posting on your stories to your feed, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
got a different like energy to it, and it's a different environment. Like I love watching people's stories because the way a lot of people are using it is to show like the behind the scenes of their business
Mm-hmm.
and their life, and it's a lot more raw, where our feeds are a lot more thought is put into it. And I think that's because it's the first thing that someone sees when they come to your page, and
Mm-hmm.
that content stays there forever until you choose to delete or archive it. So my
Mm-hmm.
first reaction was that I didn't really get it, and I still like understand when people get on Instagram or Facebook, because Facebook has stories too, and they're like, "What is this about?" The way I explained it is it's just a different area on this platform where you can post content. That's first of all
Yeah.
what it is. But then like the culture around how people use it is different. And then there's so many opportunities to engage too, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
But that was my first reaction, was kind of like thinking like, what's the point of this?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about highlights, because that is one thing we have not talked about yet during this whole adventure with stories. So, what advice would you give to someone who is starting out with their highlights? And then I will follow suit with some advice for someone who has utilized highlights for a while. So you'll they just started out, just figuring out what highlights are, and then they've had them for a while, how to kind of up their game.
Excellent. I love it. I'd say like step 0 would be to not overthink it. Don't overthink it. Here's my disclaimer.
Yes, because don't overthink
it. And I did too when I first started. Like I spent way too long deciding what my highlights should be. Yeah, wait, because we're human, right? And we will continue to do that in other areas of our business too, and our marketing. But so tip 0 is don't overthink it. Now, getting started. I mean, I think there are a lot of different things to consider, and the very first one would be obviously, what should my highlights be? And I like, obviously every business is different, every strategy is different, and you can play with this and use it however you want. What I generally recommend to people is to pick 3 categories of topics that they generally cover, and then have a highlight for each one. So if you're financial...
I'm so sorry, a wasp flew by, so I apologize for all those who got concerned with my concerned face.
I was like,
I'm just going to roll up my windows. I'm so
You're
sorry.
Okay, right? Did it come in your
car?
That
thing almost came in... Girl, if that thing had come in this car, this live would have turned into a whole nother level of entertainment. I apologize.
That's natural selection. That's you protecting yourself. And that is why your people have made it to this moment.
There we go.
Yes.
All right. Sorry. Continue.
Sorry, friend. So you can choose anything for your highlights, and I don't think you could really go right or wrong. The general thing that I like to recommend people is to pick 3 themes or categories of topics that you cover. So if you're like a financial coach, you talk about maybe budgeting and mindset and saving money. Let's just say those are the 3 things, right? And if you have more, great. I mean, that's great, but I like to generally keep highlights more condensed, you know? Like sometimes you see people with like 17 and you're just scrolling and scrolling. When there are so many choices, the person's just gonna hop off. This is true for all areas of marketing and business. You know, don't give them too many choices because they'll get overwhelmed and leave. So I say like pick 3, have a highlight for each. I also really like recommending having one for testimonials or reviews or case studies too. And then also I think a big part of marketing that is not very utilized a lot by a lot of brands is having something that's off topic about the brand that really speaks to the humanizing aspect of the brand and is kind of like a recurring theme. Like my recurring theme is my dog and my cat, and then our foster dog. So I have a highlight called Fur Babes. And so when I post them, I just post over there too. I try not to make it a priority because I really like posting about them, and like make sure that it's very much secondary, but it still shows who I am and what I'm about, and it connects with the people who are fans of animals, you know? So that's where I would say, and then there are things that you could do more advanced, and something that I'm working on too is creating a welcome highlight. So basically it's it says welcome or hey there or something like that. And then it's a video of you saying, hey guys, welcome to my page. I'm such and such, and I do this, and I work with these people. Follow me, DM me, and then some sort of call to action to follow you and engage with you. And then that's the end of the highlight. You never add to it again. And you just make sure it's always at the front. So that way when people come and they see that first highlight, they click and they get like more of a picture and more of an introduction into who you are that they wouldn't normally get in your bio. So if you want to go above and beyond, I like pages that do that.
I love it. That is a great tip. That is a great tip for thinking big picture about the type of experience that users are going to have on your feed, which I love.
Yes.
For those of you guys who have been at it for a while, who already have highlights, there's a couple things that she mentioned that I do want to kind of tag along with, which is one, being strategic about your highlights. If you have 17 highlights, time has come, my friend. Spring clean, okay? Spring clean your highlights. No, this is not an if, ands, or buts type
The
of
pollen
situation.
is out. It is time to spring clean. It is
Yes, because I can guarantee you, right? I can 100% guarantee you, people are not looking through all of those highlights. It's a waste, it's clutter, and you're missing opportunities to focus the attention of your audience on what you want them to do with you. That's one. Two is keep them updated, okay? Right? So you have the option when you're creating your stories to click that little button and then boom, you posting it to your stories and then it goes to your highlight. Keep it fresh, keep the content fresh. So when people do go to your profile, most of them will be first time or newer users to you. They want to be able to see stuff that's relevant. And if it's 56 weeks old, 36 weeks old, it's like, oh, so you really don't care about this much anymore? Is this an old service? Is this an old? It starts to bring up questions that may not necessarily be accurate. So keep them fresh, keep them updated. And a really fun way of doing that is to actually tell your story. Like, hey guys, I am updating my highlights. Did you enjoy this tip? Well, go to my highlights and do a little screenshot of your actual highlight on your page, and then put a little arrow saying, go check it out for more tips, right? If you do something, let's just say you do mini trainings, same deal. Did you like this mini training? Go to my page, ding, 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 put the little arrow, not my awkward finger, put your little arrow and be like, ding, 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 check it out. This is what's about to go down today, and then there's plenty more to come. There's so many mini trainings on there that you don't want to miss. So that is the opportunity that you have. So your objective is to be very clear by having a few options for what you're about. Two is you want to keep them relevant. You want to keep them updated so that people feel that they're constantly getting fresh, live, exciting things from you. Because like she said earlier, it's raw content. And then three, remind people that have been following you for a while to go back and check out your highlights. See what else is there. See what they've missed. See what is exciting and new. I already know, right? We already know, right? We already know that people are not going to remember everything that you do. Okay, they're not going to remember all the services that you offer. They're not going to remember all the products that you sell. They're not going to remember what the mission is of your nonprofit. It is your job to remind people. So when you redirect them back to your highlights, they can be like, oh, wow, I didn't know that she had an e-course. Oh, wow, she has a free ebook. Oh, they're an author? How did I miss that? Oh, that's super cool. She's a dog mom and a cat mom. Dara is awesome. I need to follow her. So this is how you're able to stay relevant and human. I'm so glad you mentioned that word earlier because it is the reality of it. Marketing, which is the relational aspect of it, marketing, advertising, and sales, these three are interconnected, but marketing is the relational aspect. When you relate to people and show off your human side, people are like, oh, I have things in common with you. Let's chat. Let's look at more of your content. Let's check out your stories. Let's join your live. Let's watch your IGTV videos. Let's comment. Let's DM each other. Let's do all the things that you want them to do in order for them to get through the customer journey that you're trying to get them through. So, my friends, if you have not set up your highlights, it's time. Okay? And if you have, take a pause and say, self, am I utilizing them to the best of my abilities? Not are they there? Am I utilizing them to the best of my brand's abilities? Okay, so that is your last final tip. We have gone through strategy. We have gone through best ways to build engagement. We have gone through creative creative content for your stories. We've gone through how to actually create them in Canva. We've gone through the works, how stories came about, where they're at now. We've gone through it all, how they connect to your DMs. We've gone through it all. And I'm so excited that we got to talk about highlights. So before we get out of here, is there anything final that you want to say about stories to our audience?
Don't overthink it. Really, just go and play. That's what I love about stories so much, is that it can be raw and then it disappears forever. Of course, nothing, the internet never forgets. Everything that you upload is somewhere on a server somewhere. Just saying. But for the most part, it's a good place to play and just have fun, you know? But at the same time, it's easy to, as a business, well, let me think. This is for if you're using Instagram as a business. It is easy to get stuck in the lighthearted, irrelevant stuff. So make sure you're using it strategically.
Absolutely. Never be afraid to ask to sell yourself, because yes, you are being human, but you still are a brand, and people are okay with you saying, hey, this is what I do, because you're a business. It's no surprise. So it has been wonderful chatting with you guys. Time flies when you're having a good time with the homies. So it has been a wonderful afternoon chatting with you. I am so glad that you came on.
Thank you so much for having me and creating this space for all of us. This was so fun.
Aw, no problem. Once again, how can people get in touch with you?
Come play with me on Instagram. You can just click my profile picture, or my username is I am Tara Wilder, and then you can find me on Facebook as well. And my website is tarawilder.com, and from there you can go to all those different fun things that I do, the things I find fun anyway.
Awesome. So Tara, I will, when I upload this to IGTV, I will include all that information. So for those of you guys who are watching the replay, yes, you will be able to see her icon in the corner, and she just verbalized it for you, so you could transcribe that for yourself. And if you're watching the replay on IGTV, it'll be in the description, effortlessly there for you. And I actually just decided, because Tara is just so inspirational, if you are watching this on YouTube, it'll also be in the description. Check her out. Just click on this, copy and paste her link. Actually, I'll put the link in there as well. So either way, you can copy and paste her user, or you can just click on the link, open up Instagram, and connect with her and follow her. But don't just follow, engage.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. I actually forgot. I want you guys, like, when you follow me or I want to connect with you. So reach out and tell me that you found me through this video, and I'd love to hear that.
Yes, DM her and say, I was watching Shana's live and I saw your face, and I love your advice. Thank you very much. See, there you go. That's the script. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend vibes all around. If you are feeling the warmth, hallelujah. If you are in the cold and it's snowing, God be with you. But I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. This was our campfire every 2:30 every Friday. Every Friday at 2:30 p.m. Campfires with Shana. And have a good day, guys.
Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Yes, bye.